The Agenda for Sustainable Development integrates global goals on environmental, social, and economic development into a single structure and maps out a series of more precise targets to be achieved by 2030. Bringing the goals together in a single overarching agenda is an acknowledgement that sustainable development requires simultaneous progress on three fronts, with economic, social, and environmental issues tackled in an integrated manner. Sustainable development, for example, has been at the heart of Malaysia's development approach since the 1970s, with an emphasis on eradicating poverty, improving the well-being of the people, providing universal access to education, and caring for the environment. In 2009, the country renewed its commitment to sustainable development when it launched the new economic model, which features three goals: achieving high income, inclusivity, and sustainability. Malaysia is therefore not starting anew on its pathway to sustainable development, but it is a process already in motion. The country has made significant progress on all dimensions of the SDGs and has put in place concrete measures to take them forward. To promote stakeholder participation, Malaysia established a multi-stakeholder participatory governance structure to support SDG implementation. It held national SDG symposiums and a mapping exercise with civil society and the private sector to align the SDGs with the National Development Plan. The voluntary national review reports are a testimony to Malaysia's continued commitment to achieve the 2030 Agenda and illustrate the country's progress toward SDGs implementation. In their efforts to implement the SDGs, countries can adopt national entrepreneurship policies to create an enabling entrepreneurial environment that encourages entrepreneurs to engage in the creation of new businesses that will contribute to job creation and economic growth, while fostering social inclusion and addressing environmental challenges. Entrepreneurship policies may also focus on critical aspects such as alleviating poverty while engendering inclusive growth, addressing global youth unemployment, promoting gender equality and enhancing women's economic empowerment, supporting environmental sustainability using efficient products, processes, and practices. An example of how countries can integrate the achievement of targets set out in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development into national entrepreneurship policies is offered by Ethiopia's Growth and Transformational Plan 2016-2020. The plan identifies entrepreneurship and the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises sector as a critical element in increasing women's income through job creation and addresses economic empowerment of women and youth. At the same time, the National Action Plan for Gender aims to eliminate gender and cultural biases that hinder women from engaging in economic activities. Legal frameworks can hinder and in some cases exclude groups of people from engaging in business activities. Laws and regulations that discriminate against women's involvement in business activities in some contexts, for example, not only limit women's economic opportunities, but also contribute to greater gender inequality and increased poverty among women and girls. Chile has been recognized as having the most conducive business climate for women entrepreneurs in Latin America and the Caribbean by The Economist's Women's Entrepreneurial Venture Scope. The country's low corporate taxes, highly supportive business climate, a simplified tax regime that facilitates startups, and adequate provision of social services for female entrepreneurs makes it an ideal environment for women entrepreneurs. That is a very good example of how a country can promote women's economic empowerment and equal rights. Public procurement represents a significant proportion of countries' gross domestic product. With the growing realization that public procurement can contribute to sustainable development by promoting social inclusion and environmental protection, efforts are being made at the national and international levels to use public procurement to stimulate demand and supply of products and services that contribute to social and environmental objectives. South Africa has implemented policies aimed at integrating previously disadvantaged communities into the mainstream economy, including Black, women, as well as persons with disabilities. As part of its broad-based Black economic empowerment strategy and the Preferential Procurement Act, the country provides preferential allocation of contracts to disadvantaged communities, thus fostering social inclusion. Aspiring entrepreneurs from socially disadvantaged groups face unique challenges that hinder them from effectively engaging in business activities. Evidence suggests that mentoring can increase the likelihood of aspiring entrepreneurs to engage in business activities and to enter into self-employment. Across regions, networks have been established to support entrepreneurs from disadvantaged groups. In Brazil, for instance, the youth-led organization Engajamundo fosters interactions between Brazilian youth and international conferences related to the environment, social development, and gender. It promotes the engagement of young people in negotiations and solutions for sustainability. Entrepreneurship can transform industries and markets and contribute to the development of the green and blue economy. The concept of blue economy recognizes the need to maximize the enormous potential of the world's oceans and the need to preserve this important natural resource. Blue economy can also be a driver of sustainable growth and development for small island developing states, and policymakers can design effective support measures to promote entrepreneurship and enhance the sustainable use of oceans and their resources. The government of Seychelles, for example, launched the Seychelles Blue Economy concept in 2014. It focuses on the sustainable development of ocean-based economic enterprises and encourages the formation of new blue economy enterprises, promoting blue economy careers among the youth. The Seychelles Blue Economy Incubator Program is a startup incubator that encourages young, ambitious entrepreneurs to develop innovative business ventures that will become leading ventures in the blue economy. Entrepreneurship can contribute to sustainable development and the achievement of SDGs, and has the potential to address development challenges. In particular, poverty and exclusion, as well as environmental concerns. Policymakers can create an enabling entrepreneurial environment by developing entrepreneurship policies that integrate and align sustainable development goals into an overarching national entrepreneurship strategy. The examples we have just seen are initiatives that have shown positive results and can help entrepreneurship for sustainable development to emerge.